The Sales Meeting Minute, Delegating Responsibility. You know, managers must delegate responsibility in order to scale and be successful. There's no way that you can get all the things that you're supposed to have done in any given 24 hours. We're constantly juggling. The way that you can help yourself and at the same time build your people is to delegate. You've got to build your people. You've got to give them the experience while they're still in the helping mode before they're actually required to do whatever is supposed to be done in the front lines. In sports, we call that practice. Oftentimes, the second string and the third string are always practicing. Why? Because we don't know when the first stringer is going to go down. So we always have the bench ready. So delegation really serves two purposes. One, scale. Two, build your bench. Now, why do we resist to delegate? Well, sometimes it's lack of trust. It's lack of trust to the person you're delegating to that it's going to get done in a way that you would do it, the same quality. Or sometimes it's ego, where no one can do this job but me, and I want all the glory, I want all the responsibility. And the other one, which I think is the biggest one, which is it takes too much time for me to delegate. If I were to slow down and explain what it's taken and then show them, I could have had it done on my own. I can't tell you how many times I hear that, and it's probably true. But your role as a leader is to develop your people. You can't be super salesperson and continually get your job done. Many times we don't delegate the things that we loved to do in our previous job. I'd love to go do X, so I want to still do that. Why? Because it was the best part of my job, and I get to relive the glory days. Well, if you look forward, then you have to let go of the past. So how do we do this? Well, if you haven't been delegating, I would urge you to delegate the less important stuff first. It's easy to do. I don't have to convince you of that. But when you do delegate, here are some quick tips to make it more effective. Number one, delegate with purpose. Make sure that you are very clear about what you're delegating. This is what I want done. This is how I want it done, and this is when I want it done, right? So what, how, when. Those are three things that you should make sure you're very clear and have the other person feed it back to you so there's no miscommunication. Number two, provide guidelines. People need guardrails. I need to be able to understand what I can and what I can't do by leading this project. I don't have your title. I don't have your power if you've delegated it to me, but I should know my roles and responsibilities. I need to understand what decisions can I make? What can't I make? What should I push to you for a decision? I don't want to keep throwing every decision over the fence, otherwise you should have done it. So I want to make sure I understand what is needed, when is it needed, right? And how am I going to get that done? And what are my roles and responsibilities? The last little tip is to check in. Don't leave it until the very last day for you to show up and say, where's the project? Shame on you if it doesn't work out. Yes, of course, it's the person you delegated it to. They should have had it done. But really, it's your problem. You have to inspect what you expect. I set a calendar date about halfway through the project. I get to check in. How are we doing? Where are we? And then I, as the manager, can make an assumption, make an assessment. Am I 50% there? Am I going to get done? And it gives me an opportunity, this check-in period, to do some coaching and do some training and answer any questions that they may have been afraid to approach me with. But when I check in, therefore, I'm never disappointed at the end of the project, because it's easier to fix something midstream than look back and say, how am I absolutely going to get this done in the next 24 hours? That's where you reconfirm your belief, I should have never delegated. Poor delegation isn't the people that work for you. The result of poor delegation is the way that you, as a leader, set it up. So if you want to become a great leader, then delegate.